G'day guys, how's it going? It is Jared HD here. Welcome to episode number 2 of our FIFA 21 Wolves career mode here. Episode number 1 was a perfect introduction to the series. A few players sold and one massive player brought in, Matheus Cunha, the Brazilian attacking midfielder who can also play striker, left mid. I'm so excited to see if the Brazilian midfielder can become a legend of Wolves and hopefully guide us to a Champions League title down the line. But lads, just wanted to show my appreciation quickly for the hectic support we received on episode number 1. I am super keen for this series and I'm glad that interest and that excitement was replicated. But lads, if you do go on to enjoy episode number 2 of the Wolves career mode, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you're new around here, make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. But before we can get any further in today's episode, we have a press conference to attend. Lads, welcome to the press conference here for episode number 2 of our Wolves FIFA 21 career mode series. Thank you to everybody that left a comment on the first episode. If you want the chance of having your question potentially answered in episode 3, make sure you leave a comment down below. The first question in today's press conference comes from Srias Warrior, who says, how happy are you signing Cunha to Wolves and what is your development intentions for him? Is he a player that you want to develop for a few years and then sell him to make room for a better signing like Bruno Fernandes? Long term, that's hard to predict. He could come out this season, score a hat-trick every game, provide 30 assists, be the best player on the field, and become not only a Wolves but a football legend, or he could flop. So it's hard to say what my long-term 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the line is going to be, but at the moment, I want to use him as an absolute strike force at attacking midfield. Big appeal to signing Cunha is the versatility with him. He can play attacking midfield, striker, and left mid, which means I can use him as the kind of centerpiece and the connector between our midfield and our forwards. But when needs be, we can use him to hopefully score some goals ourselves. He's going to have better long shot stats than the average attacking midfielder. He's got great dribbling. He's just all round an incredibly balanced attacking player. So short term, I want to go and turn him into a world-class midfielder. Long term, I want him to deliver us, hopefully, silverware. I mean, if he's killing it, I would happily have him at attacking midfield for the rest of eternity. But if he's not up to scratch, then we'll look to develop. But right now, I'm happy with what we got. What are your plans for Raul Jimenez? An immaculate finisher, but getting on in age. Will you bite the bullet and replace him early? Regarding Jimenez, it's really going to depend on how he starts, especially the first half of the season. If he comes out of the gates flying, then that will give him a lot of immunity. But if he starts off and can't score a goal and all this stuff, then I might look to replace him and upgrade him early or get a younger prospect in. But at the moment, he is an absolute weapon. In my opinion, one of the most underrated strikers in the Premier League. He's 84 rated this year. And I mean, in game, he's still only 29. So if we have a good first season with him, there is no reason why he can't be preserved with dynamic player potential and all that stuff moving forward. So at the moment, I'm not going to be biting the bullet early and replacing him, but it's really going to depend on the next 6 to 12 months. And the final question in today's press conference comes from Mouse Gaming, who says, as Wolves spent a lot of money on Fabio Silva, how will you use him? I really want to develop Fabio Silva. He could be an absolute weapon. He was one of my favorite players to sign in FIFA 20 career mode. And when I saw he'd signed for Wolves, I was absolutely over the moon. Even better is the fact that he has a real game face, which just adds a whole nother level of realism and depth to the save and to the story arc of Fabio Silva. But he's got a decent starting place. He's only 17 and his potential is still quite strong this year. So definitely want to develop him. Definitely want to rotate him slowly with Jimenez. I'll probably start off playing him in cup games, use him as a super sub. Jimenez is still my number 1, but I want to give options to Fabio Silva. So lads, that is today's press conference. Thank you once again for all of the questions. let's get back into the second episode. So taking a look at the calendar for today's episode, we've got 4 Premier League games on the calendar before the transfer window ends. Fulham at home to kick off the Premier League season, Chelsea away, Southampton away, Southampton at home, Tottenham away. But I have a lot of interest in doing a lot of transfer business in today's episode, so that takes priority number 1 for me. And I mean, with about 33, I mean, when I adjust it, it's probably going to be a lot more than that. Like, let's say 200k, about 38 million or so pounds to work with. We can definitely get some good business done here with Wolves. But before we get into the transfer business, we have our Premier League home opener, which ironically is against my favourite side, Fulham, but we're going to hopefully take them down here to kick off the Premier League season. So here we are, lads. Our first look at the beautiful Molineux Stadium in charge of Wolverhampton. The Molineux in all of its glory. Very keen to make it a fortress for us across the next however many seasons. So taking a look at our starting 11 to kick off the Premier League season, rocking with the 4-3-3 formation. Semedo making his Wolves debut, Cunha making his Wolves debut, and then we have Traore, Jimenez and Podence up front together. Now for a look at the Fulham starting lineup. Alphonse Areola in between the sticks, Kenneth Tete, Lamarchon, Matvienko, Brian. They've got Lamina and Anguissa in there, Knockaert, Kearney and Ola Aina, and the man himself, my doppelganger when I had a shaved head, Alexander Mitrovic. Mitro! I need to remember that he's not on my team, and he's you're the enemy today, Mitro. Yeah, good pep talk, Jared. But here it is, lads, our Premier League season opener, our first game in charge of Wolves. Let's get going. Good defense from Moutinho. To be fair, I can't take credit. I wasn't even controlling him, but I see Podence out wide. Podence going there. Let's just hit it first time. That was very clunky. Kenny is on the attack here for Fulham. They're holding on to possession very well. They haven't done much with it yet, but we've given them too much space there. They've scooped it over the top. What is this play from Fulham? It's so hard to defend. This is crazy. Where did Fulham get the skills to start playing like the F2? I mean, technically they should be better than the F2 because they're professional footballers, but you can't forget Jeremy Lynch was better than Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp on the ball at Arsenal. Mitrovic going there to Ola Aina. How have they slid that one in behind there? It's a good save from Patricio. But how have Cody and Bolly allowed Mitro to get in behind like that? That is not good. Fulham still have the ball here. And Gisa going to Mitro. Again, how are we letting Mitro get so much space? Thankfully, he's offside. And Gisa's got the pace here for Fulham. I've rushed up with Willy Bolly. Luckily, they've tried to drag it back, which has given us... They're forced to save there from Patricio, but I swear to God, I'm never playing with competitor mode on again. This is the most annoying thing to play against. It's not even fun. They're just skilling 24/7. Mitrovic up against Willy Bolly. He's just Ronaldo chopped us there. Drag backs galore. Do not foul him. Win the ball, though! Mitro's put it wide. We cannot win the ball to save our life. This is annoying as fuck, man. Got to defend here. Do not let Fulham take the lead. Willy Bolly, I need you to make those tackles! Connor Cody! Why are you not marking Anthony Knockaert there? What can I do in that situation when I'm jockeying using Willy Bolly and defending Mitro, and then our stupid AI defender Connor Cody just lets Knockaert run in behind him? That is absolute dog shit there, man. Watch him run in. It's Connor Cody and Johnny not paying attention, and we're behind. Tell you what, I might be sounding like a sook, but competitor mode is I'm never touching it again. This has been so unenjoyable to play. Come on, lads. We need to push for an equaliser here. Moutinho going in. Cunha's turned him with a turn of pace there. And Cunha scores on debut. Let's go and get ourselves a winner now. Perfect timing. Absolutely skinned the Fulham defender there with a turn of pace. And look at that. I'll take that every day of the week. What a touch. Cunha, a goal on debut. Good tackle. Is there time to push for a potential winner? Do not blow that whistle, referee. Let us go forward. Come on, give us the scenes on our first game Oh, we had a good opportunity there with Cunha. But you know what? End of the day, I would honestly take a 1-1 draw. Fulham with the better side. But I am never touching competitor mode in the settings again. The bloke's just... The AI does a million unnecessary passes and stands there doing unnecessary skill moves all day. There was no flow to that game. This is completely different from what I played in the previous build. Okay, I'm going into my settings now. 5-minute halves, legendary, competitor mode, off. Off and stay off. Okay, so back into the fun stuff here, which is transfers. I did leave you guys a question, what should we do with our transfers? And I had a lot of you guys in the comment section down below saying that we should go in for Ferro, keep a little bit of the Portuguese trend going along. I mean, I don't want to be over the top with the Portuguese signings, but it is nice to go ahead and sign a few Portuguese players if it makes sense. And honestly, I think Ferro would make sense. Our defense was a little bit suspect in that last game, so I'm going to go in here. He's a little bit of a downgrade from our overall now, but from what I've seen in FIFA 21 career mode so far from doing main channel videos, players grow quite quickly if you give them all the right environment. If you give them the right environment, they grow quite quickly this year. So I want to try getting a deal here from Benfica. They're a friendly club of ours. Bought a lot of them. Connor Cody plus £5 million. That is honestly tempting. That is honestly tempting. Oh, nah, I can't do it. I'm going to remove Connor Cody. I was tempted, honestly. But we're going to say 18.5 million. Still play very tough with them here. 18.5 million pounds, and they accept it. Okay, I'm glad I didn't get Connor Cody in that deal then. All right, so let's talk wages here with Ferro. He's on 10k a week at Benfica. We'll give him a good little pay upgrade, £45,000, and see if the Portuguese defender comes to the Molineux. Maybe this is going to turn out to be a little bit of a controversial decision, but we're going to sell Willy Bolly, or at least place him on the transfer list. He is one of my favorite Wolves players. I've literally met the bloke and he was nothing but an absolute gentleman. But purely a business deal here. Add him to the transfer list. 29 years of age. If we do end up getting Ferro, he'll probably take Bolly's starting spot. But I'm going to transfer list Willy Bolly. Bloody hell, that was quick. Ferro has already accepted our offer here. And I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. He's taken a squad rotational role, which is great. A 5-year deal. Ferro, the second signing of our reign in charge of Wolves. So there is visual confirmation of our second signing in charge of Wolves. The Portuguese trend continues. Signing the Portuguese defender, Ferro, from Benfica for £18.5 million. His value has already gone up. I'm loving this. But before we can get into any more transfer business, we are going to have our next game here, our first away game, and honestly, our first massive test as we're away at Stamford Bridge taking on Chelsea. So here we go. If we consider ourselves pushing for a Champions League spot, or at least a Europa League spot, these are the games where we definitely need to be showing up and putting our best foot forward. We're turned off competitor mode, and I am absolutely praying to the FIFA gods that makes this game play tolerable, because if every game feels like that Fulham game, then it's going to be a long year. I mean, I really loved the gameplay that we had in the first stage of FIFA we were playing. But here is a look at Frank Lampard's Chelsea side. Kepa Arrizabalaga in between the sticks. Thiago Silva's in the back line. They've got Kovacic, they've got N'Golo Kante, Moses, Ziyech, and Pulisic. No Kai Havertz, which I am very happy to see. Kai Havertz is on the bench with Chilwell, Tammy Abraham. It's a very strong side. And then for our starting 11, we get our first glance at those sexy blue and white kits. But I have decided to roll with the same starting 11 as we had in the previous game against Fulham. Was debating whether I give Ferro his first team debut, but I want to let him settle in, maybe give him an appearance off the bench, but more than likely start him in the game against Southampton. Chelsea trying to press up on us. Let's try playing this one behind. Here we go, Moutinho. I might just go for the finesse. Oh, forcing a good save out of Kepa. Let's keep going forward, though. We've definitely got the early momentum here against Chelsea. Podence. Back heels that one to Johnny. Good turn of speed. Let's go for it with Johnny. Saved. Follow up. There it is. Podence is going to open the scoring here. The gameplay feels significantly better than the Fulham game. And I'm not just saying that because we scored. I'm saying that because the general play that you don't get to see is just so much more tolerable. But I tell you what, the overlapping runs and the turns of pace are so overpowered from what I've been able to tell in the first two games. Here we go. Overlapping run again. Come on. Neves. Oh, good save. Follow up. Oh, that's a clearance and a half from Kante. We are all over Chelsea, though. Bloody hell. Come on, lads. Good overlapping runs again. Johnny looking for somebody. Cunha going there to Neves. Chelsea defending quite well, but we're going to go to Traore. Traore holding it up. Traore going through. We're going to lay it back to Moutinho. It falls. Cunha. Oh no, Matthias, you've got to score that one. That's fallen to him on an absolute platter. We've gotten the best bounce of the ball, and we should be 2-0 up here. We are all over Chelsea. Oh, that's a nice ball from them. We've been sucked in on the counter here. Pulisic. It's an own goal. It's an own goal off Willy Bolly. That's the only attack that Chelsea have had all game long. I've tried to clear it off the line there with Willy Bolly. It's gone through everybody. It's gone through Werner and the rest of our defensive line. That is so unlucky there. It's going to be 1-1. Honestly, would have been better off just missing it completely. It would have just gone out for a throw-in. Here we go, Moutinho. Nice ball out to Neves. Neves in behind to Jimenez. I would love to get back in front. That was a very tough angle, though. I probably should have just tried to cut back. Oh, we've got the bounce ball back. The bounce of the ball back, though. Not anymore. Bloody hell. Here we go. Cunha going there. Trying to time it beautifully. Thiago Silva's kind of in between two minds. I see Cunha at the back post, but I'm going to slam it. Oh, he scores it. Jimenez on the angle. We're back in front, baby. Let's go. Raul Jimenez opens his scoring tally for the season. And we're back in front here at Stamford Bridge. And I tell you what, we deserve it as well. Drawing and passing play is what I'm normally good at in FIFA. Every FIFA, I'm a brilliant counter-attacker. And it seems to be this year that that is one of the OP parts of the game. Thiago Silva got sucked in. Jimenez on a tough angle. And we're back in front. They're on the attack here, Chelsea. We're kind of outnumbered. Do not let Werner get in a good shooting position, though. Keep jockeying. No, he's just turned us. Cody, good defense. Yes. Oh, I thought we were done for there. Hits that one. No. Don't let Ziyech shoot. I don't know why he's passed that one out to Moses when he could have run through and probably had a good look in on goal. But we will take it. Close down Moses. Oh, Moses has skinned us there. Good clearance, though, from Bolly. But it's a poor touch from Moutinho. Werner, good defense. No! Werner up against Moutinho or Neves. Oh, we can't cleanly get the ball. And now it's Kante. They're dragging it back. They're not pulling the trigger, Chelsea. And that's a good tackle from Cody. The AI, I swear, are just scared to score, scared to shoot in this game so far. But we're on the counter-attack here. Adama Traore. He's going to dink it back. He's going to go to Jimenez. And he's not afraid to shoot. Honestly, it is a battle of the AI here. Beautiful counter-attack. But Chelsea, in that play, it felt like they had 3 or 4 opportunities where they could have pulled the trigger. Competitor mode or not, they just try to do too much. Whereas we just dink it back. Lovely finish from Jimenez. And we have now got a beautiful 3-1 lead away at Stamford Bridge. It's a good ball from them, to be fair. Werner up against Willy Bolly. I'm going to overcommit there with him. Timo Werner trying to find the right shooting opportunity. We're stopping the shooting angle quite nicely. Kante shoots it. It gets blocked, though. And now we might be able to hit them on the counter again. That's why we've been so strong. Cunha going to Jimenez. Jimenez holding it up. Nice waiting play to go through to Ruben Neves. Neves trying to slide it into Podence. Let's make it 4. Podence, 4-1. We are the counter-attacking kings of the Premier League. We have been soaking up pressure all game long. But once again, we have extended our lead purely through beautiful counter-attacking and passing play. I absolutely love counter-attacking. And it is suiting us so well here in FIFA 21. I think it's a little too late for Kai Havertz now. I mean, King Kai's good, but 3 goals in the last 6 minutes good? I don't know. Oh, that's a nice win there from Havertz. Are Chelsea going to get a last-minute goal here? It's not going to mean anything. Oh, don't foul them, though. They go through to Timo Werner. Gets a goal back there for Chelsea with the last kick of the game. But we're still going to come away with 3 points. Don't know why. Why are you celebrating like that? Timo, it's 4-2 in the 92nd minute. You're losing 4-2 and you're carrying on like you've just won the Champions League. You absolute pork chop. But anyways, we're going to kick it off here and surely that's going to be full time sooner rather than later. Referee, there it is. That's full time. We've come away with 3 massive, massive points against Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge. We made the most of our opportunities. We counter-attacked like absolute weapons. But I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, I'm going to flirt with the idea of moving the difficulty up from Legendary to Ultimate because the AI for the opposition just don't shoot and don't really mark that well this year. Manchester City have come to us with a £42 million offer for Raul Jimenez, the Mexican striker. But there is not a chance in the world that I'm accepting that. This man is one of the key players in Wolverhampton's side. And in my opinion, one of the most underrated forwards in the entirety, not just English, the entirety of world football. I've enjoyed using him so far. He is a very traditional number 9. Love him. Rejected easily. Daniel Podence has come to us. Hey Gaffer, just wanted to say thanks for giving me the chance to show what I can do. I feel like I'm ready for regular games now. Mate, if you can score a brace against Chelsea every game, well, if you can score a brace every game, I'd be stoked with that, and you can start every game if that's the case. Chelsea, obviously impressed with Patricio in that last game, have come to us, offering us £22.5 million for the Portuguese shot stopper. Again, there's no point selling him in my opinion. We're not going to get much for him, and he's 84 rated at the moment. May as well keep him and milk his abilities for as long as possible. Okay, now this is an offer that I'm actually going to look into. Willy Bolly. It is Atalanta, £19.9 million. The whole reason I'm selling him is a business reason, so I want to try getting as much financial gain from this deal as possible so that we can hopefully go out and improve the squad even more. Regardless though, I'm going to probably bump it up to about £23 million here for Willy Bolly and see what the Atalanta manager is going to say. He's going to accept it! Cheers, Ledge. All right, 2 more pieces of transfer offers coming through. Fernando Massal, a player that I do want to sell. Real Betis have come in and said £4.25 million, which, yeah, I'm going to accept that. And then it's another offer for Willy Bolly, this time from Manchester United. They're going to have to pay a little bit more than £23 million if they want to get him another English club. Very interesting pickup, though. Clearly, they're not happy with Slabhead Maguire. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Man United are going to say 18.5, which I'm going to reply with 24.5. They're going to say 21 plus a 5% sell-on clause, which I'm going to remove the sell-on clause. And then I'm going to say 23 on the dot. What did I say originally? Was it 22 for Atalanta? So 23 for United, which they've accepted. Oh, I'm an idiot. It was 23 for Atalanta as well. I should have gone 24. Burnley have come in here for Ruben Vinagre. It's £9.9 million, but I'm going to reject that one. I think he can turn into a quality defender in the future. But there it is. On the eve of the game against Southampton, Manchester United and Willy Bolly have agreed on terms. He's rejected Atalanta's offer and is headed to Old Trafford. Best of luck, Willy Bolly. Again, like I said earlier in the episode, it's only based purely on financials and the fact we have Ferro. He was decent for us in the first 2 games, but we decided to part ways. But anyways, here we go. We're going to have our first simulated game of this entire career mode that we're going to watch. We're taking on Southampton at home. A game that on paper, we should be winning. But we all know how FIFA's simulation system likes to be, especially if you watch the Manchester United career mode. Some suspect results when we simulated games. But regardless, we're going to simulate this one here. Ready to make substitutions and all that good stuff. I have decided to start Ferro in the starting 11 for today's game, making his first team debut. But hopefully, we can get off to a strong start here at the Molineux, and my intervention won't be necessary if all things go well. Come on, lads. Our starting 11 is very strong compared to the rest of the squad. So hopefully I don't have to come to making any substitutions, because really we don't have that many people on the bench that I think can make an impact compared to the squad. It's not like when I was doing that Man United save, if we had someone like Rashford having a bad game, I could have gone and brought Ronaldo on. It's not the same sort of situation. Anyways, Southampton have their pocket picked. We are on the counter-attack where we have absolutely thrived in this save so far. They've won the throw in there, which is quite annoying. Come on, Wolves. 17th minute. No opportunities for either side at the moment. And here we go, potential counter-attacking opportunity. We're in on goal, and we take the lead through Matheus Cunha. Yet another goal for the Brazilian. Hit the ground running here as a Wolves man. Scored on debut against Fulham. And has scored once again here against Southampton. Should have scored against Chelsea in the last game. The thing that I've liked so far with this squad from the opening 3 games, I know it's such a small sample size, but we have shared around the goals so well. It's not like Jimenez is just absolutely dominating the goal scorers department. Jimenez, Cunha, and Podence all have goals to their name, and we have another goal, and it's Matheus Cunha with a brace within the first 33 minutes. That is absolutely brilliant. Whoever put that ball in, though, has put that one on an absolute platter for the Brazilian. Everything going according to plan here to start off this first half against Southampton. Would love to see Cunha get a hat-trick. Need to make sure we defend, though, before half-time. And don't slip up and let Southampton have a way back into this game. Good defense. Good. Now, if we can hit them on the counter and take a 3-0 lead before halftime, that would be great, but we're not going to have that opportunity. Matheus Cunha, 2 goals, and we have a 2-0 lead heading into the second half. And you know what, lads? I'm going to simulate to the rest of the game. The full-time score is going to end up as a 3-0 game. Semedo getting his first goal as a Wolves man. If I would have stayed watching for another minute, I would have bloody seen it. But it's all good. 3-0 against Southampton. It's exactly what we're after. But anyways, lads, we're going to conclude this second episode here. As you can see, we've got just over a week remaining in the opening transfer window. What a great start to life at Wolverhampton it has been. A draw and 2 wins to kick off the Premier League. Some decent business, but I tell you what, it is not even close to finished here. We still have £40 million or so to work with, so we have the opportunity to do some quality business in this 3rd episode. But anyways, lads, if you guys enjoyed episode number 2 of our Wolves career mode series, make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe down below if you are new around here. But I'll see you for the next episode, same time tomorrow. It's been Jared HD here. I'm out. Peace.